Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. First off, huge apology for the radio silence recently. I've been buried in my final exams and had to finish up my thesis, so I had to take a forced break. But the good news, that's all behind me now, and my focus is 100% back on you guys. So, let's talk gear. I've had this DSLR for over a decade now. I think I picked it up back in 2015, and since then it's been my daily driver for photography. Video? Not so much, but we'll get into that in a second. This is the Nikon D5100. Under the hood, we're looking at a 16.2 megapixel DX format CMOS sensor, powered by that classic X-Speed 2 image processor. It can shoot bursts at 4 frames per second and rocks an ISO range of 100 to 6400. You can even expand that up to 25,600, which is a lifesaver for low light situations. For autofocus, Nikon equipped this thing with an 11-point AF system featuring a cross-type sensor right in the center. It's pretty snappy and precise, but the real MVP here is the screen, a fully articulating 3-inch monitor with over 900,000 dots. That swivel screen makes this camera super flexible, especially for weird angles or if you're trying to vlog. Speaking of video, the D5100 isn't empty-handed. It shoots full HD at 24, 25, or 30 FPS and takes all your standard SD, SDHC, and SDXC cards. The body itself weighs about 510 grams, roughly 1.1 pounds, so it feels pretty light in the hand. For vlogging is a struggle. It's surprisingly heavy to hold out at arm's length, and the weight distribution makes it list to the left. Honestly, vlogging or filming yourself handheld is kind of a workout. That said, it is fantastic for stationary video. If you throw it on a tripod or use it for top-down desk shots, like for unboxings, it shines. In fact, getting meta for a second, this video is actually being shot on a second Nikon D5100 right now, just to show you exactly what this sensor can do. We are recording at 1080p, which is still the gold standard for starting out on YouTube. Sure, if you want 4K crispness straight out of the gate, you're gonna have to break the bank and buy something modern. But for getting started, this absolutely works. Let's talk connectivity. Nikon didn't skimp here. You've got a dedicated microphone port, huge plus, along with an AV out, a GPS port, and a mini HDMI port. On the side, you've got a dedicated slot for the SD card. I love this because, unlike some modern cameras, it's not shoved into the bottom battery compartment. Speaking of the battery, the door is on the bottom, making swaps quick and easy. And the batteries, super affordable. You can find a 2-pack of third-party batteries with a charger on Amazon for like $30. It makes it super easy to swap power on the go without needing to rig up a power bank. Oh, and right next to the battery door is your standard thread mount for tripods and gimbals. The camera also sports a pop-up flash, a feature that's actually disappearing on a lot of high-end cameras these days. I won't bore you with the buttons. If you've used a DSLR, you know the drill. But since the D5100 body is a bit larger, the layout is spaced out nicely, not cramped. Up top, you've got your standard mode dial to switch between shooting styles. For me, the killer feature, besides the sensor, is that swivel screen. You can flip it out 180 degrees. Technically, you can shoot photos using the screen, live view, but I wouldn't recommend it. The shutter mechanism feels noticeably slower, but for video monitoring, it's A+. So, here's the bottom line. If you want to dip your toes into the world of photography without blowing your life savings, look at the used market. You can find the D5100 body on sites like eBay for as low as $85. That's usually body only, so you'll need to pick a lens that fits your style. But I genuinely recommend this to anyone who wants a real DSLR experience for dirt cheap. The photos you get from this are still, in my opinion, way better than what you get from a smartphone. You get that natural depth of field, the ability to swap lenses, and a solid rig for tripod video. I hope you guys liked this look at a classic. It's not the newest, it's not the fastest, but for the price, you really can't go wrong. If you want to see more retro tech reviews or budget camera tips, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Catch you in the next video. This is Techxandar signing off.